We are here again on this weekly cosmic update. And of course, Earth is part of the cosmos, so it's not like we are separated here. And we're looking at the time from August 17th to 23rd. Yes, there's a full moon coming in, and I will talk a little bit about that because I feel it's part of the story. Traditionally, moon movement is always important for the energy that we are actually receiving and how we choose to dance with it, because essentially it is a dance, or how we reject it. So I feel this week is a lot about these changes. So, and that brings me to my choice in upgrade. Update and upgrade can be very similar. Update is usually an enhancement, and an upgrade is a whole new version. And I feel we are upgrading all the time, even from week to week. These energies and frequencies that we are now able to access, these new dimensions. I mean, if you would have told me even a year ago, 2 years ago, that we're settling into 6D, I would have said, I'm still struggling with 5D, thank you very much. And now this is all really accessible. It's a threshold. And we need to be really aware that for many people, it's actually not easy. They feel more safe holding on to the old. They're holding on to the old paradigms, to those paradigms of destruction, to these paradigms of domination. And it's just not accessible to them. They can't perceive that reality. And so for us who do, or for us who have an inkling what is happening, it is very important to ground and to anchor now. We are not going to change anything, or we are not going to evolve if we cannot stand out and stand up at this time. Without fight, without force, without convincing, without imposing, without influencing, without all of that. This is a real vital time for standing in our truth, our I am presence, or what I call the zenith presence. And I want to go a little bit into that. So the I am presence for me comes out of the work, of course, of Ramana Maharishi, when we truly have allowed our mind to fall into the heart, and we're truly fully in that awareness of who we truly are. And the zenith presence is very related to that, and it is the choice and abilities to stay in the highest vibration, consciousness, and dimension that is accessible to us. And I feel this is where the biggest challenge is. So if we are not standing up right now, and it's not about our ego, of course not. It is not about being different or better or superior. No, not at all. This is about the collective. Only if we truly stay up to our uniqueness, we can be, and I said that before, a key for this new consciousness. So for me, these are the main energies, but I go a little bit deeper. So we are now really called into this evolutionary leap. And if people are holding on, the gap is getting bigger, because some of us are still confused and don't know where to go. Some of us are stepping slowly and going like, woof, I don't know what's really unfolding, but I trust it anyway. And some of us are just rejecting all of that. I feel those who are not awakening, this is all about awakening, and the awakening only goes through the heart. So when one rejects the heart in that process, so the heart energy, the frequency of the heart consciousness, the heart awakening, they are holding on to the old, and the gap gets really bigger because they are holding on to that dominance and control over. So it is very important for us who are not holding on anymore, I want to say, that we start coming into these new dimensions, into these new paradigms of collaboration. And the planets are really supporting us. So with this full moon that goes into Aquarius, and we have Uranus, it's like, hey, can you wake up now? The journey through the heart, it's all available for you. It's about how much are you willing to embrace it? How much can you enjoy that? How much can you share that? And the sharing is not about pushing something down to somebody. It's not about, and this is important, not about using the same as we did in a lower frequency. It's the 6D is also very strange for me still. In 5D I was very comfortable, but now 6D is a different dimension. I feel more resistance from the lower frequencies and consciousness, but at the same time I have different ways of dealing with that. So this is all part of the awakening. This is part of shifting into Homo Luminous. And the Homo Luminous has, of course, a different gold print. And for me, the gold print of Homo Luminous starts in the 6th dimension. The 5 is kind of the little introduction and giving us a little idea. And so the higher we go, if you want to call it that way, the more we will find the dimensional gaps. The more we will find that the distraction and the domination and all the old stuff that has been going on is pushing for a huge reconstruction. But what is really happening, of course, is a deconstruction. So it is important that we are pulling together at this time to weave and to manifest this new earth. It's really the only way that we can do that. And it's about dancing with the cosmos, and it's about dancing with the stars, planets, Kuiper belt objects, whatever their name is, to really understand how to come into these new relationships with self, with nature, with each other, and of course with the cosmos overall and our own planet. So a very, very important time. The lunar node is still with all these nice little indigenous planets, or planets with indigenous names. And it's still about the south node, Libra, and harmony. So these new relationships are built on harmony. And I actually come to the conclusion, although I talk a lot about harmony, I don't really know what harmony is. I'm still learning. And more than I'm learning, I'm actually unlearning. And this is awakening. So I'm really calling you into awakening and connecting to source, into finding that new harmony that we all don't know yet what it is. So I'm very curious what you feel about that. Love your comments. As you know, I do answer all of them. And I love all of your comments because it's good to hear where you are at and what you are feeling and what's going on for you. If you're more into the astrology, you know, I'm a little bit into evolutionary astrology. I put the link of Heather Ensworth into the description. So if you want to see more how that works out from that astrology perspective, of course you can. So what am I inviting you into today? In that, what is it really? Linguistic bridge, sound bridge, light language, initiation. This is part of coming out and standing up in a way that is just truth and love. Not to stand out, but to stand up, to allow our frequency to be true. So where am I taking you today? I am taking you to that connecting of that version of you that is Homo Luminous. I posted something about that recently, and I might put it here on YouTube as well. And it was about evolving, and of course I love the metamorphosis of the dragonfly. And it's a little bit like that. The Homo sapien is the one that we're leaving behind, and the Homo Luminous comes out. So let me know how that resonates with you. So let me do that bridge, and then we talk a little bit more about how we can actually stand up. Not for ourselves in the sense of being different, it's not about that anymore. It's about being whole, and it's about fully embracing the role and the passion and the dreams and the promises that we have made at this time. So it is time now to bring through that light language and sound bridge that allows you to fully connect to your version of Homo Luminous. You may just want to focus on your breath and close your eyes as I am connecting. To the cosmic heart, to the Council of Heart Lights, and to Source, to give us all the insight, the frequency, and the light codes that are crucial to connect to our version of Homo Luminous, and especially from that perspective of shining our truth, our love, to be a bridge into New Earth. So this is what's coming through. Tokanea ho ho, tokanea ho ho ho, tokane 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 tokane, tokane maroma yo ho naya. Akore 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 mayo, akore akore. Akore mayo mayo, kira mena hoania, chari chari koya meha. No, alia marea nea neha. Oh. So how does your Homo Luminous feel now? This went straight into your gold print. We no longer have a blueprint, which is related to the DNA, of course. And it also is related to the operating system heart. That is no longer the operating system mind of the Homo sapiens. So let me know how that feels. Let me know how you can stand up and anchor without dominating, without influencing, without convincing anyone. In a way, and this is the piece that I want to share with you, for some of us, including myself, I've always known I've had psychic abilities, but I didn't want to be associated with it. It was like, oof, too woohoo. I always could translate and transcend and transpose energies, but again, I didn't want to own that. I wanted, in a way, to be normal, and this has nothing to do with normal, because having psychic abilities is possibly normal. What is important as we're doing that is to find your own niche. So don't pretend to be a medium if you don't like to talk to dead people, souls, people who have already transcended. I don't want to call myself a medium because this is not all that I do. However, if required, and if that soul on the other side wants to communicate with me, I do, but it doesn't make me a medium. So it's very important to start embracing who you truly are, and most likely these are parts of that you have been rejecting, and these new ways of you, this part of your awakening, part of your evolution, is actually important. So trust it, don't fight it. Again, it's not about fighting. So most of us have psychic abilities. The question is, what are your psychic abilities? What is the truth in that? What is the psychic abilities that are supporting others, that allowing us to go into the new dimensions and energy and frequencies and consciousness and into New Earth? So it's not only about what's good for you and what looks good on, it's not your CV, but in that way, what's good for your status. No, it's like, what is the gift that has been given to me that I'm here to share for the new collective? So we can weave and co-create a new earth. So that is very important. And I'm inviting you not to fight your psychic abilities. So mine is more on the mystic side, as you can imagine. Mine is more connected to the cosmic heart. But also, I can be an oracle, not an oracle card, but in a way, yes, it is in a way the same way. If you're asking me something, I can answer, and it surely doesn't come from this Patrick that you are seeing here. And my oracle is especially for New Earth. So how can we live differently in New Earth? This is what comes through. And yes, I share that with, funny, especially one client that I've been with for a very long time. And we had a time when we didn't really know what she wanted from me or I wanted to give to her. And these things come very clear. It's not about that you're only doing one thing, but I encourage you. What are your psychic abilities? What are your abilities that are more intuitive? What are your abilities that are maybe not explainable? Tune in, because I feel this is what we need to stand up for. This is what allows us to raise our vibration, our consciousness, our frequency, our dimension. So yes, for me it was the psychic abilities. The other one, I was always fighting with marketing, and of course as an entrepreneur or duopreneur, one of the two needs to do the marketing. And it's about finding that place that makes sense for you. So I found, of course, content. One is content. I love content. And the second part is experience. And yes, for me, it's all about experience, because once you have an experience, you are able to make a different choice. Also, for me, it's not just the experience, because we can get very addicted to all kinds of experiences. It's really about drilling down. What can this experience do? Where does it take you? What value does it bring? How does it support the awakening? So the experience, content, marketing, and branding actually suits me, and I actually like that. It's not about selling my things, it's about sharing. And like this, sharing actually for free. So I keep all the social media free, and when you come and want to be with us, either here in a retreat situation, that is private. So we have also recognized this in this whole process. No, there's a private aspect that we're doing where people can come just one. We have a general kind of menu of the kind of retreats that we're doing, but within that, it's quite flexible. So, for instance, it could also be a veteran. I had some very good conversations with a very lovely friend who works with veterans. And so, yes, we're doing that as well. It's a vital retreating. And we are looking at all this post-traumatic stuff that is holding them back. It doesn't mean we do only that, but this is part of the things that we do, and they're always unique. At the same time, we're obviously off to Sicily, where we have 6 people and we organize everything, and 6 people going to be together in one retreat, and hopefully 3 retreats overall. So we, in that process of standing up, we are offering now something publicly. Like end of next week, you may see that we have online courses for a season from November this year till July next year. So if you want to join these particular courses in a group of 4, 5, 6, 10, we are flexible on that. You can do that. But if you feel like you prefer to do that on your own or with your partner or with your friends, we also do it. So the private part is always by mutual availability, but we love that as much as the public side. So this is a big part. And yes, channeling has gone into everything that we do, because we have always done it. It's just I didn't know how to state it, how to stand up for it and embrace it. So this is all awakening. We're all awakening on different levels. Who are you? What are you awakening to through your heart? What are your psychic abilities? What are the things you've been fighting, and how can you make peace? Because if you can make that peace within, you can make it on the outside. And this is where I want to end the energy upgrade, the cosmic energy for this week. What is happening inside is a reflection of what's happening inside. And again, a lovely friend of mine has posted about that, and I feel it's very important to notice that. Are you one of those who are putting peace and love outside and the light and the new earth, or are you in the chaos and the turmoil? So I want to leave you with this for this week. It's a fabulous week. I love the energies. Have a very happy full moon. I'm sure I'm going to talk with you about that, and the meditation will be surely about the full moon and much more. So see you soon. So much love from my heart to yours.